Let's talk about emotions. They're the unseen forces that shape our days, our decisions, and our destinies. Emotions can be the fuel that propels us forward, but they can also be the fire that consumes us. When life throws challenges our way, it's not the circumstances that define us. It's how we respond. And here's the truth: learning to control your emotions and stay calm under pressure is not about suppressing what you feel. It's about owning your story, showing up for yourself, and navigating life's storms with courage and clarity. When pressure mounts, our natural response is often to react. Maybe it's snapping at someone when you're stressed, shutting down when you feel overwhelmed, or letting fear dictate your choices. These reactions come from a deeply human place, a place that wants to protect you. But here's the thing: while those instinctual reactions might shield you momentarily, they don't serve you in the long run. They keep you stuck, spiraling in patterns that rob you of your power and your peace. So how do we take back that power? It starts with understanding that emotions are not the enemy. They're messengers. When anger shows up, it's often trying to tell you that a boundary has been crossed. When fear whispers in your ear, it's signaling that something matters deeply to you. And when sadness weighs heavy on your heart, it's reminding you of what you value and what you've lost. Every emotion carries wisdom if we're brave enough to listen. But listening to your emotions doesn't mean letting them drive the car. Imagine your emotions as passengers on a road trip. They're there to guide you, to offer insight, but they shouldn't be in the driver's seat. When pressure rises and emotions threaten to take control, pause. Take a deep breath. That breath is your anchor. It's a moment of grace, a reminder that you're in charge. Your breath doesn't just calm your body, it clears your mind, giving you the space to choose your response rather than defaulting to a reaction. And choosing your response is where your power lies. Think about it: you can't control the traffic jam that's making you late, but you can control whether you spend that time stewing in frustration or using it to listen to an inspiring podcast. You can't control the hurtful words someone else says, but you can control whether you let them define your worth. You can't control every curveball life throws your way, but you can control how you show up to catch it. Staying calm under pressure doesn't mean you're indifferent or unaffected. It means you're resilient. It means you're grounded in the belief that no matter what happens, you have the tools to handle it. One of those tools is self-awareness. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself in moments of stress. Are you catastrophizing? Are you blaming yourself for things outside your control? Are you replaying the same negative narrative over and over? Challenge those stories. Replace them with truths that empower you. Another tool is vulnerability. Now, I know what you might be thinking: how does being vulnerable help me stay calm? Vulnerability isn't about falling apart. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about acknowledging this is hard, or I'm scared, or I don't have all the answers right now. When you allow yourself to feel what you're feeling without judgment, you create space for healing and clarity. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's strength in its purest form. It's the courage to face life head on, even when it's messy. And let's not forget the importance of perspective. When you're in the thick of it, everything can feel monumental. But ask yourself, will this matter a week from now? A year from now? Often the answer is no. Shifting your perspective doesn't minimize what you're going through, but it helps you see the bigger picture. It reminds you that this moment, no matter how intense, is just that, a moment. And moments pass. One of the most powerful ways to stay calm under pressure is to cultivate gratitude. Now, I'm not talking about forcing yourself to be grateful for the tough stuff. I'm talking about finding the small pockets of light, even in the darkest times. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right. It's not about denying your struggles, it's about remembering that even in the midst of them, there's still good to be found. Community matters too. Don't underestimate the power of connection. When you're under pressure, it's easy to isolate yourself, to feel like you have to shoulder it all alone. But reaching out, whether it's to a friend, a mentor, or even a therapist, can make all the difference. Sharing your burdens doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. And sometimes just knowing that someone sees you, hears you, and stands with you is enough to help you find your calm. Finally, let's talk about self-compassion. Because the truth is, you're going to have moments when you lose your cool. You're going to say the wrong thing, make the wrong choice, or let your emotions get the best of you. And when that happens, the most important thing you can do is offer yourself grace. Beating yourself up won't change the past. It will only weigh you down. But forgiving yourself, learning from the experience, and moving forward, that's where growth happens. Life is not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about showing up even when it's hard. It's about recognizing that calm isn't something you find, it's something you create. And you create it moment by moment, choice by choice. So the next time you're under pressure, remember you have everything you need within you to face it. You are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and more capable than you realize. Trust yourself, trust the process, and never forget that every storm you weather is shaping you into the person you're meant to be. Stay anchored, stay hopeful, and above all, stay true to yourself.